So back in 2010, Michael Olin said that Pollard wasn't a cricketer. Was this prophecy?
With all due respect, Mike Olden is.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, your channel of undiluted sports content. Raymond and I are here to talk about the just concluded one-day series between the West Indies and Ireland. And of course, the West Indies' performance was particularly depressing, considering that they're playing Ireland. And we heard from the captain after the series was concluded, Raymond. Of course, we're very disappointed with the performance of the team, but the captain came out and he said a few things, and I'm going to share a little of what he said with you.
I think that's the main reason why we would have faltered, in the series. We wasn't able to put enough runs on the board. The one game where we score 269, we were able to get over the line, but 229 and 212 at this international level is totally unacceptable.
And would you say
So that is Captain Pollard saying that the performance of the batting in particular at the international level was unacceptable. And I mean, Pollard didn't perform excellently in this particular series. He never led from the front with the batting, and that was something that we expected from such a player. Captain at that.
All right, so everybody would go and beat Pollard about what transpired in Sabina Park in Jamaica. But the truth is, it's a little bit bigger than him. It's almost as high as the selectors. And the team on a whole, it's bigger than him. It's the selectors and the crop of players that they have playing. And also even that yo-yo test that a lot of players can't seem to pass. Some of the players that could actually make a difference in the team. And so it kind of began him, and this falls squarely to me with some of the selectors not picking some of the best players.
I mean, I understand and I hear you, and I noticed that the West Indies also changed their selection team, and Des Ains is now leading that. But if we're to look at Kieron Pollard's records, Raymond, and that, I mean, as a player, as a batsman, and he's the senior player, the captain of the team, 122 matches, 2,706 runs, I score 119, 26.3 is his average, 300s, 1350s. This is not acceptable at the international standard. So to hear Pollard saying that the scores they made in the one day not acceptable, we're also looking at his record that said that this is not acceptable as well.
So while those statistics look dismal and doesn't look encouraging, one has to look at as pretty much his win percentage as a captain. Grant you some matches, he might not lead with a bat, but one of the wins that he got, well, the only win he got in the match against Ireland was where he actually stood up and bat alongside what's his name?
Brooks.
Brooks, yeah.
Brooks.
So he stood up, bat alongside Brooks, and pretty much brought it home for us. So you can't beat him alone, but the stats. You can also, if you like stats, look at his stats where win is concerned as a captain, and I'm sure you might see a different picture.
Raymond, the brother is the captain, and one of the senior players. He's been playing since 2007, a whole heap of years that. And if I'm to share, I'm going to share with you his bowling performance, because I'm going to say my all-rounder. So adding that to the mix, same 122 matches, 55 wickets, best 3 for 27. Come on.
So
I
his
don't see where
ODI
he's leading with his performance.
so his ODI statistics look dismal from bottom ball and bowling and stuff like that. It looked dismal. But from a statistic perspective, since you like stats, sir, could you be so kindly to show us what his win percentage look like? I'm sure it's above 50%. And being above 50% as a captain, I'm not saying it's super excellent, but it's something to consider in actually, going forward. I really think so.
So before I share with you his win percent, I will also share with you his performance with both bat and ball as captain. But I'm going to share with you another aspect of what the captain said after the series. And this is specifically about the batting performance of the unit as well as in the Caribbean.
It's a combination of everything. As I stated in the post match, conference, I think overall, holistically, I think we have a batting problem. With all the words that you mentioned, mentally, technically, being able to assess situations, conditions, and play appropriate shots that is needed at that point in time. So, again, as I've stated, it's not just the 11 guys that is here or the 15 guys that are here, right? It's around the Caribbean, and we continue to sort of reward, a guy going to Super 50, score a couple hundred runs, and then, he has to play or he has to be able to get into the team. We keep trying to chop and change, different individuals at different times, but I don't think we actually addressing the real problem. But again, having said that, it's always easier to sort of cast blame or put the responsibility on the guys that you're seeing. And as I said, as a leader and as a leader of this team, obviously I can take that mantle and I can take that responsibility that we haven't done well. And it's something that, we can't hide from. But as I said before, it's not just here, it's overall across all formats, if we be totally honest.
Kieron,
So a lot of stuff coming out of that um, conversation with Kieron Pollard. A couple things to note. He said that mentally and technically we're not ready, right? And we could tell mentally that some of them weren't ready, but based on the captain's pronouncement, it's not just the 11 players who go out there or the 15 in the squad. It's across the Caribbean. Mentally, we're not ready. And he said that we can't just select a player because him score a couple hundred in a Super 50. I don't know if he's saying that the Super 50 league is not of quality, or, or that certain players who is in the team now who made a couple centuries in Super 50 shouldn't in the team. And we can't be chopping and changing every minute. I mean, but I don't know if you want to share, if you want to comment on
Yeah,
that
yeah, I'll do that
pronouncement.
quickly. So what I've heard from him, right? Subliminally, he was saying there's a problem with selectors. So I heard that one selectors, and as a captain, he has taken responsibility. Also, I heard a battle cry in a sense, pretty much asking his teammates to step up their game because this is unacceptable. No, when he spoke about the 50 runs
The
business,
Super
the
50.
Super 50, it sounded like he was showing his words on somebody like a Rasta and Chase, maybe because Rasta and Chase was one of those players. I don't know, but it sounded like him asked things of his teammates, of the people who him captain, for come step up the game, pull up your socks, let's go, let's get it together. And that's what it sounded like to me. That and the selector, a cry to the selector, and that and a cry for more psychological work and more mental training and work. You understand? That it sounds like those are some of the things. If I'm to take positive from what Kieron Pollard has said, and as well as he's a captain and take responsibility, shoulder it. So those are some of the positives I've taken from what you have said.
So whilst we can appreciate him saying that as captain, I am responsible, but as captain and leader, uh, and we see him as a batsman, right? If I'm to look, I'm going to look at his batting record as captain because him already call out everybody across the Caribbean and say, "Uno mentally and technically not good, so no need to live on the game, right?" And the performance in Super 50 alone shouldn't get you in the team. But Kieron Pollard's performance, right? 21 matches over a series of almost 2.5 years since 2019 when he took over as captain. In September 2019, 21 matches, 414 runs, 450s in 2.5 years, Raymond. Average 29.57, a little bit above his career average. So I guess the positive is that he's performing above average and 5 wickets. The all-rounder, 414 runs, 5 wickets in 21 games. I don't know if this falls under technical or mental, but this is not acceptable.
With a heavy sigh, yeah, it's not very promising or acceptable at all. While you beat him badly over this batting record scenario, my eyes just fix on that lower table in the corner. That pretty much shows me that at some point he's doing some form of leading. I don't know if he's setting his field, some getting some results, but he's doing some form of leading. Not so much with the bat and ball, but it's not so much do as I do or do as I say. Well, how would that go again? But you get the picture. What I'm
But
saying.
just to plug here, Raymond, that the great Michael Olding back in 2010 said that Pollard and one cricketer. And I think he was either using Pollard technical gifts or his record. Was that prophecy?
Yeah, with all due respect, Michael Holding is a legend, a big star out of the game. And so I would allow him to have his own opinion. But don't you forget, Michael Holding was test cricket minded. And so, of course, not beat someone like a Pollard. Of course.
But when you think of West Indies cricket greats, Raymond, and if we're to think of universe boss, who them do want to pick, he's he's the star when it comes to ODI. Him record speaks for itself. Should he be part of this chop and change that Pollard is saying shouldn't be happening?
Um, if you're performing, I don't see why you can't be a part of it, the team. Especially we already said this. We have done a lot of videos saying it should actually probably be in Sabina supposed farewell game, and I'm sure he might probably score more than put up some serious runs on the board. Plus, I'm sure him probably even laugh now because it's like, yeah, there you go, miss me now.
Yeah, but to get to your positives from Pollard's record, right?
Right.
21 matches as captain. He has won 12, a 57% win record. He has lost 8, and there's one that ended in a no result. So there is one school of thought that when the senior players like the Bravos and the Gales and those were in the team, it was easier for him to lead those players, and that's why his win record is so high. But now when the not so experienced players are there, there is really no leadership. I don't know if that is the case, and I suppose persons are hurting from the recent Ireland series, and that is why they're saying this because West Indies went into the series against Ireland leading 8-1 and they lost the series. Not by Ireland scraping through, but by Ireland winning the last 2 matches easily.
Yeah, well, you might say that, but what I see is that West Indies is going through a transition period, and he's a captain right now through this transition period, and so as a captain, I'm expecting some of his win record should take a hit. You know, he's going through a transition period. He's transition out some of the experienced players now, and having these youngsters, he just have to work with them, try to get them up to scratch, And the selectors have to work with him too to ensure that maybe not too much rotation, having the right crop of players, and so them can build some form of chemistry and understanding and stuff like that and experience. So you have a choice. Either you keep a certain crop of players that you know can possibly deliver and just have them play together and play as much as possible so them can turn the corner together. Or you keep chop and change and hope for the best. And this would definitely, erode his win percentage and of course make captain look like Pollard look like the scapegoat.
Right. So I want to share with you just a last point. What, in Pollard's opinion, what the team needs to do to improve.
Again, you just need to be mentally, prepared to, to bat the conditions, bat the situations, bat for long periods, of time, sort of work on our techniques when a guy is actually spinning the ball and different ways how we try to counteract that at different times. Different players have different ways of doing it, but obviously we need to instill that confidence, in them, and they have to be doing it on a repetitive sort of basis in order to be able to come on the field and do it. Again, due to circumstances, in terms of training camps and all these things, cricket is coming thick and fast, and COVID has really dented or hampered our progress as well as a team and all over, not only us but all over the world. But we still need to find a way to get it out. So again, you've got to dig deep. I said every individual is different. For me personally, I know what I need to do, and I'm going to continue to back myself with something that I have, done throughout the last 14, 15 years, of cricket, here and around the world. Maybe some of the numbers might not add up, but, I'm confident that for me personally, I can get out of it. But you have to find the right method in order to get that confidence in all you guys and for us to understand, what is needed. So it's a lot of work, it's hard work, but we have to be willing and ready, to do that. So again, or we can sit down and just cast blame and then throw it on whoever, make changes, and see if that will help. But overall, for the last how many years, we have seen that has not worked.
So there you have it, Raymond, the voice of Captain Kieron Pollard after losing the series to Ireland. A very disappointing performance by the West Indies. And we're still hurting by that performance because it was an opportunity for the West Indies to gain crucial Super 12 points for the next ICC World Cup. And they missed that opportunity. And now they will take on England in another ODI series. And we're expecting improvement. We're demanding improvement from the players. So fans out there, we would love to hear from you by you leaving your comments, your thoughts, your perspective in the comment section below. What's your thoughts on Pollard's performance as a batsman, as a bowler, as an all-rounder, and as the captain of the West Indies team? Is he the right person to be leading the team at this time while they go through their transition at the age of 34? Should they select a younger player with a longer lifespan or career span going into the next major competition? Leave all those comments in the comment section below, and always remember to like, to share, and to subscribe, and to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of them friends to come and join the Sports DTM family. Ray-Ban and I signing out. Be blessed.